Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome to this 30-minute yoga practice. Today, we're going to focus on a pain in the neck. I don't mean that annoying neighbor of yours, although you're going to feel so great after this practice that maybe it'll even help with that. I'm standing on a yoga mat. If you don't have one, that's fine. Maybe a carpeted floor, someplace that's not too slippery. Padding for your knees when we come onto our hands and knees. A blanket. I have a folded throw blanket from your couch will work, or even a thick bath towel. A couple of blocks. If you don't have those, then some thick books would be totally fine. And I'm also going to recommend that you have a chair nearby. I'll give you some options to use the seat of your chair and the back of your chair, if that's helpful. You always want to modify and make this practice your own. That's the fun of it. And that's really advanced yoga. Let's start standing in what's called Tadasana. It's the blueprint for all postures. It's mountain pose. I like feet hip distance. Find a comfortable stance. Turn your palms away from each other. And as you do that, let that smile your collarbones open. We have a tendency to sit and slump and to jut our chin forward, which is part of our pain in the neck. We'll build our mountain from the ground up. Feel all 4 points of your feet into the earth. Big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and 2 points at the heel. Align your hips over your heels. We're not tucking the tailbone. We're not arching our back. A little uplift of the low belly. The smiling collarbones are a part of our shoulders, and our shoulders are over our hips, which are over our heels. And lastly, lean your head back. And this is a big one for our pain in the neck. Instead of jutting the chin forward like we do when we're texting, lean back a bit. Almost feels like you're making a double chin. Gaze at the horizon, and let's visualize a bright horizon in front of us. And then come into your breath. Try to breathe through your nose and slow your breathing down. You don't have to do that in such a way that it feels like it's taking your full attention, but in yoga we stop so that we can start. Our breath helps our nervous system to calm down. Very helpful to not so much of a pain in the neck. Now, staying with this great posture in our mountain, interlace your hands behind your back and then just drag those knuckles down. Now, be careful, because if you're like me, it makes you want to jut your chin forward, and we actually want to think of the posture we just created, the almost a double chin as we lean back, softness around the neck as your collarbones smile, uplift of the low belly, and maybe a tiny little bend in your knees so that it doesn't feel like you're locked out. Nothing feels sharp. It's fluid and soft, just like you're breathing. Bend your elbows and see if you can tuck your interlaced hands to your right hip. Now just maneuver in your own body and in your own way. It might feel nice to you to draw the elbows towards one another. Keep the lift of the low belly, the softness in the knees. And then ever so gently, begin to lean your left ear towards your left shoulder. And you can play a little bit with lifting your chin a little bit, lowering your chin a little bit. All of this is soft. All of this is designed to take the pain out of our neck. We're not aggressive, not forceful. Just a couple more moments here. Maybe you find one particularly sweet spot and you invite some stillness. Bring your head upright. Lower your interlace down towards the ground and then notice which of your pinkies is on the outside. Relace with the other pinky on the outside of your interlace. Check back in with your beautiful mountain posture. And now bend at the elbows and take a little fist to sit on your hip action. Make it your own. Check in to make sure that nothing is forceful. So if it doesn't fit there, that's fine. Anywhere it wants to land. If drawing the elbows towards one another gives you something even juicier, great, but we never want sharp pain. Nothing prickly. Just the dull roar of sweet change. Now, once you've found your spot, begin to lean your right ear towards your right shoulder. Be curious. Gentle movement maybe of the chin up and down, but it's little. People would hardly be able to see your movement if they were watching. Just think of it as a two-way conversation that you're having with your body, and in particular your neck and shoulders right now. When you have a conversation with someone that feels sharp and then you're forceful, somebody gets injured, right? Same thing with our bodies. We don't want that. Not in our conversations off our mat or on our mat. If you find a sweet place to linger, stay there for just a couple more moments. And then bring your head upright. Bring your interlace towards the ground. Stand into your mountain, unlacing the hands and turning the palms away from each other. Chair pose. You can keep your feet hip distance or bring them a little closer if you'd like. Arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. Sit back and down into your heels. Keep the uplift of the low belly and softness around the neck even here. Now it's going to feel like not the most luxurious chair you've ever sat in, but that builds some heat, some blood flow to our muscles, and we like that. Slowly straighten your legs, arms along your side, turn the palms out, lean back a bit, ears over shoulders, over hips, over heels. One more time to our chair, bend the knees, arms out to the side, a V shape, thumbs towards the sky, softness around your neck, weight into the heels. I'm realizing I wasn't totally honest with you when I said one more time into chair, because we're actually going to do chair a couple more times. Keep breathing. You can always leave any of these poses earlier than I suggest if that feels better to you. Remember, that's advanced yoga. Slowly stand into your mountain, turn the palms away from one another. Turn your right palm to face your thigh. Take your left arm up to the sky, thumb to the sky, and then begin to lean a little bit. Right ear towards right shoulder. It might feel good to you to take your hand behind your head and lean into your head ever so slightly, but stamp into your left foot. Remember, it's a soft, encouraging, gentle conversation here in our neck. And then come back upright, thumb to the sky. Opposite side, left hand slides down the left thigh as we stamp into our right foot. Lean your left ear towards your left shoulder. If the conversation lends itself to your hand behind your head, you can lean into it. It's almost like a sweet little massage in your neck that you're giving yourself, alongside a side stretch. Lift your low belly, keep the great posture happening. And then extend that right arm to the sky. Come upright. Stand in your mountain. We return to our chair. Arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. V shape. Draw the belly in. We're neither sticking our butt out and arching our back, nor are we tucking. We're right in the middle. We're trying to maintain that mountain, even as we sit in our less than luxurious chair. Now, even though the intensity is growing, that's not showing up in our shoulders. We're not tightening up this neck that we're setting free. 2 more moments if you can, where we are. You're doing great. Right about now in a chair pose, you might think, I'm your pain in the neck. And then so slowly straighten your legs, arms out to the side. Stand in the majesty of your mountain. Remember, a little softness into the knees is a great idea. Find your books or your blocks, perhaps the base of your chair instead, and move your mountain to the front edge of your mat. If you're not using a mat, then just have your blocks off next to the sides of your feet so they're within reach, or the base of your chair in front of you where your hands can reach them. From our mountain, inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. You just grew a centimeter. Exhale, fold at the hips. And then inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, V shape. And stand back into your mountain. We're going to move and add on. Inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, soft bend in the knees. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward. Now bring your hands to your tall blocks or the base of your chair. Step your left foot back. We lower the knee, and if you feel like it needs padding, that's where the blanket or the folded towel comes in. It's also helpful sometimes to keep the back toes curled under. We're upright in our torso. Anytime you need to keep your hands on the blocks, that's fine. Arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Now, take your right hand towards the ground and just lean a little bit. Bend the left elbow, take your head into your hand. Remember, it's the gentlest, softest, sweetest whisper. And you're just giving yourself a little massage here in your neck. Here in your neck as you're a warrior in our warrior pose. Take that left arm up to the sky, both arms up to the sky in a V shape. Return your hands to your blocks or the base of your chair. Take your back knee off your mat first. Firm that uplift of the belly. Step your left foot hip distance from your right foot. Hands to thighs. Inhale, length to your spine. Exhale, hinge a little deeper at the hip, and then inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. Stand into your mountain. With a little soft bend in the knees, inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Hinge at the hips, hands to your thighs. Inhale your heart forward. Find the base of your chair or your set of blocks. This time your right foot steps back, so it's your left foot that's forward. Any padding that's helpful as we lower our back knee, you can keep the back toes curled under. Find that great posture while you have your hands on your support, and take it with you as you come up on upright, thumbs to the sky as we inhale, the arms overhead. Drop your left hand towards the ground just gently. Bend your right elbow, give yourself some support, a little massage in the neck, uplift of the low belly so nothing feels collapsed. Everything feels like it has our attention. And we're not creating any tension. Breathe slow and deep through your nose. Really great. Come upright, right arm to the sky, left arm to the sky. Both hands to your blocks. Our exit is a little bit different, so you can use the base of your chair or your blocks to come kneeling. And now many of us might decide to take the blanket and put it underneath our knees, because not to give away the surprise, but we will be on our knees a little bit in the next few moments in our sequence. Once you're situated, come kneeling. Both hands behind the head. like we're giving ourselves that little massage. Uplift of the low belly. We're not squeezing our shoulders into our ears. We're setting some freedom up into our neck, jaw, face. Now, with that uplift out the crown of your head, just turn gently to your right. Keep the massage happening. You can have your thumbs right at the base of the skull a little bit, and it's a soft little massage. And then turn forward. As you turn to the left, just check in that nothing feels like it's riding up shoulders into the ears. You do support the low belly lifting. We're not turning our neck, we're turning our torso, and we're massaging our neck a little bit. Almost like there's a suggestion of growing taller in your neck and decompressing the little gelatinous vertebra in between our discs in our spine. And then very slowly, turn forward. Release your arms. If it feels good to you to take a child's pose in between, it'll relieve your knees maybe. And you can always take a child's pose just like this and take a break and then come back when you're ready. We'll return to kneeling when you're ready to do so and take your hands back into our massage position. This time, right foot steps forward, which can be a pretty interesting little balance. Pause for a moment, and in our warrior pose, with an uplift to our belly and a sense of standing a little bit into that right heel, we'll find that twist that we just did, kneeling. And you can stay just like this. It's perfect. Remember, we're not just trying to turn our head, so you can feel evidence of that with your hands on your neck. We're turning at the torso, we're lengthening through the neck. Perhaps for some of us, the right arm, palm facing out, comes to the outside of the right thigh, and we find a little bit of leverage for our twist, but remember, our conversations are soft, not forceful, nothing angry. Every inhale, grow a little taller and gently suggest that as your thumb is at the base of your skull here. And every exhale, just a little adventure into the twist. Last couple moments. Remember, you're welcome to have those back toes curled under if it's helpful, because there's a little balance fun that we're having here. And then just gently start to unwind. Take both hands behind your head. This is a little bit of a balance challenge too. So here we go. Ready? Right knee next to left knee. Broop. Pause. Find our posture. If you want to lower your arms and bring them back up again, completely fine. When you're ready, we'll step the left foot forward. Here we are in our lunge now. So stamp into that left heel a bit. Grow tall. Feel like you're decompressing ever so gently. Those little jelly donuts is what they look like, of discs between the vertebrae. So we're not pulling, we're just saying, hey, we want to set you free, and then we turn. We turn in our torso, we just keep freeing our neck, and we're definitely breathing all the while. Only if it feels like the right move to you, might you take your right hand facing out to the outside of your left thigh, and then just think gentle encouragement in the uplift of the neck and the leverage of the twist. Last couple moments here. Gently, carefully unwind, unravel, take both hands behind your head. Here's our last little balance challenge on our knees here. Left knee meets right knee, and all of us will snuggle into a child's pose for a moment. Lean your hips back towards your heels. Let your knees not be the dominant part of what's on the ground for a moment, and come back to your breath. You can let your head rest on the ground or on a block. And then come to hands and knees. Feel free to curl the toes under if that's helpful. Right arm swoops up to the sky, and then palm facing up, ever so gently bend your left elbow. Some of us are going to prefer our head on a pillow or on a block, so I'll show this to you with that. You just let your head rest gently somewhere where all this freedom and kindness that we found for our neck is not compromised. Press into your left hand a bit. Sometimes it feels great to pick up your head a little, lengthen like when we had our hands behind our head a moment ago, and then gently place it back down again. If this isn't working for you, enjoy some child's pose quality time. No shame in taking breaks and taking care of ourselves. Now, ever so slowly, unwind from our first side. And then I'm going to resituate my block for side 2. Left arm swoops up, palm faces up, and then find the right spacing, the right situation for your head. Press gently into your right hand. Make sure that we're not squishing shoulders into ears and contributing to our pain in the neck. We're here to get rid of our pain in the neck. Maybe you pick up your head a little bit, lengthening and returning. Just find the sweet spot. This is going to feel like a stretch a little bit more where your neck attaches to your shoulders. We had hands behind the head, a little bit in the upper part of the neck a moment ago. So we're making our way up and down our neck a little. 2 more moments. Press into your right hand. Take your time. So slowly and gently come onto hands and knees. Move any block or pillow that you may have used. Cross-legged seat, I like to use a folded blanket for this too. If you are tight in your hips like I am, and your knees are really high, if you sit on something like a folded blanket or even a pillow or a cushion from your couch, and then as we cross our legs, see if you can cross a little bit more ankles underneath knees than just at the ankles. This is a little more intense on your knees, and it's actually not going to get into the muscles around the hips quite as effectively. Now, once you're seated, pause for a moment, palms up or down, and just feel the softness around your neck, the release of your jaw. You might even close your eyes as we're here, just witnessing our practice so far. Slow, deep, oxygenating breaths. If you close your eyes, blink your eyes open, it might be that your book or your block is helpful. You can take one on each side. And then right hand onto the ground or onto the book or the block. A move that we've done a couple of times, left arm out to the side, thumb to the sky. And then take your hand behind your head, give yourself a little support, and you can begin to bend the elbow. And lean back into your hand. And maybe even turn your head a little side to side. Now press into that block. Take your hand to the right side of your head. Now this is so gentle, but press down into your block and let a little side stretch in your neck be found. Notice if you're tensing up in your jaw, that might mean you're going a little too far. Find the sweet spot, and I will leave you in some silence as we stretch. Now release your left arm into your lap. Come upright with your chin, so you're straight up and down. Take your right hand into your lap as well. Now left hand to your block, or to the ground if that feels good in your body. Right arm out to the side, thumb to the sky. Take your hand behind your head. So we remind ourselves that we want to find spaciousness, uplift, lengthen the neck. Turn a little side to side. And then transfer your right hand towards the outside of your left, like the left side of your neck. And then press into your left hand and ever so gently find the encouraging stretch. Notice if your left shoulder is trying to come up into your ear, let there be a little bit of pressure into the ground or the block that glides that shoulder blade out of your ear. And then I'll let you sip in the stillness and silence once again. Now, ease your way out. Ease being key. Release both hands into your lap for a moment. Either gaze at the horizon or close your eyes and feel all the feels from what we've done so far, including deep inhales and complete exhales. Now, if you feel that you would like to end the practice just like this, seated, totally fine by me. If you feel that you'd like to lie down in a Shavasana final meditation, move your props off to the side. Extend your legs carefully out in front of you. Sometimes a little waggle feels nice there too. Come off of your blanket if you had it. Place that off to the side as well. Gently lie back. Cactus your arms for a moment and step your feet as wide as your mat. Let both knees just gently spill over to the right. Your head is heavy into the ground. No stress in the neck. No pain in the neck. Come through center. Let both knees spill over to the left. And then come down the middle and either stay here and let your knees fall in on each other in constructive rest. You can bring your arms alongside you. Snuggie a little bit side to side so your shoulder blades come underneath you. And if it feels good to straighten the legs out, let your feet pop open. You can close your eyes, maybe even cover them, and then just fall into the earth. Shavasana. Welcome to stay here in your final Shavasana meditation as long as you would like. you're ready to start to make your way back, bend your knees, place your feet on the ground, roll gently to either side. Use your hands so that your head is the last thing to come up, allowing our newly freed necks to enjoy their freedom. And then rest your palms up or down in your lap. I hope that you feel a little bit less of a pain in the neck, maybe even when you run into those pains in the neck out there. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to us practicing again together soon.